Welcome back, everybody. Look at this view. I just rode like, I don't know, an hour or something to get down here to this this area of the I'm in the Gulf. But man, I'll tell you what, this is beautiful. Look at that giant boat. Oh my goodness. Alright, I have no idea what we're doing for this video, so I think it's just going to be kind of a ride and ramble type thing, or yap, or whatever you want to call it. Just going to kind of talk about the week and talk about kind of what's going on. And we kind of go from there. We're going to do like a little ride thing over here so y'all can get like a really crazy view of this whole area. And then we're going to start heading up the road a bit. So yeah, that's a big boat. That's crazy. All right, let's get all turned around here. There's a little bridge over here that I really want to go over. So anyways, this week with work, oh my goodness, like it has been one of those kind of weeks. And luckily this weekend has been very nice out. So been able to go and de-stress a little bit, doing some riding. And you come on down this way and you look at this view, and this is what you get to see. I mean, I'll tell you what, like, these are views that really and truly just kind of show you just how small we really are in this world. And yeah, we're just gonna kind of get turned around here and start heading back the other way. But yeah, this week with work, I mean, so I was supposed to have an opportunity to go with the owner of my company and one of my bosses to go do some like deep sea fishing. Me personally, like I really do enjoy fishing. I like to go out. I like to do that kind of stuff. And one thing that I've always wanted to do and have never been able to do was go deep sea fishing. And that was going to be something that I was going to get to do for free, like an all expenses paid little trip for it. And that just sounded amazing. And unfortunately, at the last minute, the captain of the little charter thing that we were gonna do called and said, "Hey, you know, this week's gonna be it's gonna be pretty windy, pretty bad weather. So there were gonna be like 10-foot waves out in the ocean." And I have no idea how big of a boat or anything like that it is that we were gonna be taking out, but he said it probably was not the safest thing for us to do. Which, hey, I mean, you know, I guess I got to look at it like that. If he's not thinking that it's a safe thing to do, then, you know, we should trust that and not be out there in the middle of the ocean, and worried about, like, I don't know, a boat capsizing or something. Definitely don't want to do that. So that kind of changed the whole tone of the week. Because I was supposed to leave on Wednesday and then start heading that direction to go and meet for the fishing trip. And so, you know, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have a short work week, and oh, you can't, I don't know if you can really see it all that well over there, but I mean, that's so beautiful. Unfortunately, this fence is here, which makes sense because people can walk, and I guess they don't want people to fall and die. But oh my goodness, like, look at that. Look at this. Oh. You know what? This is a good end to the week. Right there. That right there. I think that's the wall that Free Willy jumped over, by the way. Anyways. So going back to it. Yeah, I was supposed to be leaving on Wednesday, and I think I got the message on like late Monday or early Tuesday morning to tell me, hey, don't leave. So that canceled that and ended up having to work, you know, the rest of the week instead of being able to take half the week off and go fishing. You know, yeah, I know, terrible life I lived there with that potential experience. I guess they are going to reschedule it though, so hopefully it'll be able to happen. It may end up being a little bit warmer, a little bit nicer by the time we go to do that. So it may end up being a much more enjoyable experience with it. But I get along really, really well with the owner of my company and my boss. So we definitely would have had a really good time out there. And I think whenever we do have the opportunity to go, I mean, we're all going to have a really good time. So I do plan to actually try to take my cameras and stuff whenever I do that, and try to capture some of that, you know, capture those memories and you know, just see what kind of stuff we'll catch and everything. Supposedly the guy that set up the whole thing was telling me that he had talked to somebody else who did that, and they were catching like 80 to 100 pound tunas, which sounds really awesome, because I want to say like the biggest fish I've ever caught was like a 16-pound catfish, you know, and I've caught a 5-pound bass. So to think of like an 80 or 100-pound fish and fighting that out in the middle of the ocean and stuff, like, that just sounds crazy to me, but sounds like a lot of fun. So for the rest of my week, that just that kind of, I don't know, I want to say it kind of like set the tone, I guess, for the rest of the week, because I was gonna be leaving and going and just fishing and enjoying time with people that I enjoy spending time with and being around, to then not going and work just going to like some of the worst it could go. As I talked about previously, I work in construction, so there's a lot of things that can go wrong in construction, especially with new construction. And the stuff that I do is it's a very niche industry. So we build really massive furnaces that melt metal, aluminum to be specific. And there's a lot of these they're like plants that do recycled aluminum and remelt it and recast it into stuff. Anyways, boring details. But I run most of our major projects in the company, and I'm like our on-site project manager. So I spend a lot of my week on the phone and answering emails and going to meetings and coordinating and setting up schedules and looking at money and all that kind of stuff. And this week was just one of those very trying weeks. Really, no matter what kind of industry you're in or what you do for a living, you know the week I am talking about, because every single one of you have probably had one in your said industry. And I'll tell you what, like, it just mentally drained me. By the time it came to Friday, I was so ready to be done and get out on the bike and be able to go out and ride around and just enjoy life a little bit after spending a week dealing with all of that stress. It was really cool. Friday night I was able to go over. We had a little bike meet. I had been up all day Friday since like 5 a.m. Friday morning. So I didn't actually do the ride with everybody, but I did go out and just hang out with everyone before they left for the ride. And then I did get the opportunity yesterday to help a newer rider kind of learning to do twisty roads. Something that they haven't really done too much, and it was, you know, it's a really enjoyable thing for me. I enjoy teaching new riders and seeing their progress and seeing what they can do. I've helped probably, like, I don't know, 5 or 10 new people kind of get into riding, and either they just start riding or they've been riding for a little while, but they've never really done more than like what I'm doing right now. You know, just kind of cruising up and down the street, and they've never really went and rode twisty roads and things like that. And so it was really, really enjoyable to get to hang out with them and teach some of that and see that, and I believe that they did a really good job and took some experience away from it. And then come to today, and now I am just riding down to the Gulf and staring off into the water, and honestly just enjoying the scenery around me and just taking it all in, you know, getting that reset, that refresh for the week, because I know I've got another stressful week ahead of me. So it'll be really nice to kind of just have this reset and be ready to do this next week. But yeah, that was that's pretty much how the week went this week. And this video is going to come out a little bit later than I've been posting, but needed it to warm up. This week during the week was pretty cold, so didn't really get to ride much during the week. This weekend was in the 60s here, so warm enough to be able to go out and actually ride and enjoy it. And I think next week is supposed to be back up in the 70s during the day, and then just down into the like 50s at night. So hopefully it's a momentum towards that springtime weather. And that does kind of bring me to one thing that I was thinking about talking about, but it's not something that's going to take a lot to talk about. But that's the seasonal depression. If you are like me, and like a lot of people who like to do things when it's nice out, like ride bikes, or go fishing, or whatever the case may be, go hiking, you know, just being outside. That seasonal depression, oh my goodness, it hits so hard during this time of the year. This is my first experience of kind of living in the southern part of the States during the wintertime. I've never experienced not living in the Midwest during the winter. So this is kind of wild to me that throughout January, December, February, I've actually been able to go and ride the bike. So that's very surprising to me. But it's amazing how no matter whether it's 1 week or 1 month that you're not able to do those kind of things, how quickly that seasonal depression can kick in, because that's the thing that we do to keep ourselves, I don't know, stable, I guess is maybe the best word to use. And I'll tell you what, like, spending about 1 week of not being able to ride has been daunting, to say the least. And it's so nice just to be able to go out, even if it is just for a day or two of the week, just something. But it's almost there. We're almost through it all, everybody. It's February now. Next thing you know, we're going to be halfway through February. I mean, that's like next week. And then it's going to be March. And then it's springtime for everybody. And everybody will be back to warmer weather. So hang in there. It's coming. It's going to be here sooner than you know. But, oh my goodness, look at that. Just sun shining. It's still a little chilly on the bike, but just that sun being out, seeing it, feeling it. Such a better feeling. Oh my goodness. Anyways, well, everybody, I think this is going to be kind of the, I don't know, the end of the video. I don't have much else to update for the week, and yeah, but may let it just run here for a few seconds. Enjoy these buildings, enjoy some palm trees, and yeah. But y'all have a wonderful week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment what are the activities that you like to do that seasonal depression hits you with. So, alright. Y'all have a wonderful week. I appreciate all of you. See you later.